Welcome, gamers, to another night of PlanetSide 2 Outfit Wars. It's me, Deeg, here to bring you the quarterfinals for Emerald. We're a couple minutes out from game time, and we're gonna party like it's hot and jump right on in. I'm here with... Well, before I introduce my co-caster, I should mention if you're here for the VODs, time codes will be in the description. So have a look just downstairs. Without further ado, with the few moments we have left, let me introduce my co-caster. How do I pronounce your name, brother? Is it Qaztar? Caster? How do you say it?
Qaztar is perfect. You nailed it.
Co-caster Qaztar. Wow, that's just too perfect.
It all works. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the alliteration. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm excited for this match. I'm excited for this match and for the next match as well.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be good. PlanetSide gaming is occurring. 30 seconds to go. Wow. Not a moment to spare.
Indeed. Right into it.
Okay. All right, boys and girls, we're here on the Nexus. It's time for Goblin Jumpers versus 1TR. 20 seconds remaining. Having a peek at the Omega Warp Gate where the Goblin Jumpers are arrayed in their Reavers and Liberators. And in the south at Alpha, we have 1TR, who will be coming out the jump.
A full air from GOBS and a little bit of Sky Guards from 1TR to maybe ward off some of that, but...
This area is restricted.
And here we go. Goblin Jumpers versus 1TR. Outfit Wars. Quarterfinals. One will go on, one will go home.
Indeed. I always love this opening spot.
Me too. This is my favorite part of the match.
This is only in PlanetSide type of stuff, especially when it's 2 air openers. I mean, I like seeing the creative stuff, but this is the spectacle.
Agreed. GOBS with the repair, Galaxy. This air ball is hairy.
GOBS definitely coordinating some target takedowns. 1TR holding up.
This is way too fun. Let's have a look at the map, though, and see how people are deploying to these bases. Granite Head Reactor, early Goblin Jumpers presence, Arizek Satcom, 1TR, Bitter Gorge. Looks like it's mostly Goblin Jumpers.
Yeah, and I'm seeing, it looks like the 1TR Sky Guards have set up at Arizek Satcom.
Yeah, I can see
1TR
that.
loves their tech plants. They love their tech plants.
Let's go. Of course they were going to run for Arizek, of course. I have it under authority, and I didn't have time in pregame to show this, but there is some sort of a document that's gone between these two outfits where they discussed potential terms of surrender. I've heard rumors of a flash race. I don't really know what we're going to see in this match, but it could get very, very interesting.
That sounds great. I would love to see that.
Oh god, me too. Goblin, so Granite Head, there's no fight whatsoever. Bitter Gorge, same thing. I wonder if 1TR, if the GOBS haven't agreed to the 1TR terms of surrender, then certainly 1TR is trying to pull GOBS to the tech plant.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, yeah, we didn't get time to really discuss the teams too much going into this, but obviously GOBS is one of the favorites, if not the favorite in the tournament, and 1TR is a very strong team, but did sort of inch their way into playoffs with a 2-2 record during the qualifiers. Really strong team, but also compared to GOBS, it's a big challenge. So I wouldn't be doubtful that Cogs.
Totally. There were a lot of outfits battling for that very last playoff slot on Emerald. Only 1 2-win team got in, and the reward for being the highest points getter is you get to play GOBS in the first round.
Yeah. So much fun.
Yeah.
They got their banner though.
And they're trying to have fun with it too.
Exactly.
We'll all have fun anyway. So just moments away from GOBS taking most of the middle of the map while Jeocoq flips towards 1TR.
Indeed.
Qaztar, what are you seeing, man? What's jumping out at you?
I mean, I'm seeing that the 1TR Sky Guards are being pretty effective at just kind of warding off GOBS Air, not really securing kills, but keeping it away from the tech plant.
Yeah.
And GOBS seems to be playing a little reserve. They didn't go for the tech plant at all. They were just saying, let's lock down these 2 territories, and then we can go deal with it.
I'm seeing a 1TR play for Bitter Gorge. They've dropped at the C point. GOBS are already responding and have already wiped them off the point. I don't know if there are any 1TR logistics. There is a GOBS Sunderer just behind the point and a Galaxy right up top. GOBS looking in fine form, as is their usual. At Argent Pass, some sort of handful just dropped. I imagine that's a Sunderer for ... question mark. Oh, interesting. GOBS are already getting set up here at Argent Hold. Double stack here being very, very point holdable, anticipating the flip of Bitter Gorge, which is going to happen. It has happened. Okay, so GOBS is now flipping Argent Hold and are looking to make quick work of 1TR.
Definitely. 1TR starting a bit of a cap at Hydroponics Compound. Probably just they want a little bit of an offensive just so they can delay this out a little more. But it's going to be tough. New mosquitoes, though. Fresh mosquitoes from the Warp Gate coming to fight the...
All right, here we go.
Air.
Here we go.
Those tracers fly.
Rise to the moment you can prevail.
Mountains as cover. It's always a good strat we've seen.
Victory has not eluded us.
Qaztar, I think I'm hearing a little bit of static on your mic. Just want to let you know.
Thanks. Yeah, my mic is a bit rough. Let's see if I can fix it.
It happens, man.
Right, hopefully that's better.
So far, so good, man.
Sweet. And also, so far, so good for GOBS. Doing quite well so far. They're about to grab Granite Head. Looks like Argent Pass is going through.
The 1TR Air Force is taking out these GOBS repair galaxies in the middle of the map. Let's see if they can translate it into some kind of control of the air.
Looks like a 1TR transport went down over Granite Head. And yeah, I just took a quick look at the PS2 alert stats, and it's looking like GOBS is about a 3-to-1 KD over 1TR right now, which is, you know, kind of expected since it's GOBS.
Yeah, totally. That totally makes sense. And it looks like 1TR has parlayed their Jeocoq hold into a push on Hydroponics Compound. They have a Sunderer on the road on the Warp Gate side of the base. They're aggressively pushing outside the powerhouse to prevent GOBS from getting any kind of armor close to point, including the aerial variety. Lewisy, who was the galaxy that was getting pelted a moment ago, is trying to find a spot to deploy, it looks like. Get those galaxy guns suppressing door 3. Let's fucking go.
Big plays.
Alright,
And we see GOBS now dropping for the back half at Next Secure, just doing the cutoff, which is obviously the smart move. And now that
Sure.
1TR at Hydroponics is going to have to jump back.
Yeah, and this is 1TR's play. This is where they are. Next is Secure and Argent Pass, both very lonely for the Goblin Jumpers at the moment. And GOBS are making an initial foray into Hydroponics to mount a defense. Just under a minute left for 1TR, and technically speaking, if GOBS let this go through, then 1TR will have a lattice to the Goblin Jumpers Warp Gate.
True, they might go all in on that and see if they can hold it.
Oh,
It's
that
kind
would
of
be
honestly
so
their
fun.
best bet.
Just a total balls out strategy. Just go down one lane as fast as you can. Oh, but as we speak, GOBS have pushed 1TR off the point. Can these boys do anything but win?
Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it. VKTZ is our last hope. It's the power that is GOBS.
So we'll see, man. We'll see. All right, GOBS holding Hydroponics. Let's see what 1TR does, because if they have Arizek, that means they can pull aircraft out of the tech plant.
Yeah, I mean, 1TR is definitely not just letting the air fight go. They've got lots of Smossies
Yeah,
in the air.
they
May
keep
even be sort of
recommitting.
winning a little bit.
Yep. 4 bases for 1TR, 5 for GOBS. And it looks like 1TR is just, generally speaking, not playing GOBS on GOBS' term. They're playing on their own terms, making their own planet side.
Definitely. Lots of Andals coming down onto Nexus Secure. from
Interesting.
GOBS, looks like.
2 minutes left for GOBS to hold this. Let's see what their hold looks like. Oh yeah, this is a good play for 1TR. There's less than a squad here, probably. Maybe a full squad. Did any of those anvils make it to the ground?
They did. Looks like they're pulling some lightnings out of it. I'm going to watch what this TJK1 guy pulls. He pulls a flash, actually. Maybe logistics flashes, looks like? Yeah. Flashes, probably with the logistics specialist to get spawns inside point.
There's a goblin jumper at Argent, at Nexus Alpha right now. Probably just chilling, waiting for Nexus Secure to go through. Yeah. 1TR at Argent Pass have some folks committed to holding this. They're going to be waiting for a little while. This one went pretty far for Goblin Jumpers. They managed to resecure it. Well, but here come the Goblin Jumpers, jumping down from on high. And not needing to do much to flip this point. 1TR seems to have actually left before GOBS even got here.
Yeah, probably heading all over to Nexus Secure, or maybe... Oh, where are they actually? Back at the warp gate, it looks like. Loading back up into Gals at the warp gate. Yep, Cox flying a Gal out.
Here we
over
go.
towards Nexus Secure. They want to
Here's
see
the
if they
1TR
can get back to this
play.
point
Let's
in 30 seconds.
watch drop.
Gotta go fast. Here it comes. Big squad drop.
Some dropping on top, some dropping by door 1 and 2 by the server room. The 1TR Max goes down almost immediately. Outside the skinny door, I see a few dead 1TR. There's a Max pushing in, getting repelled back by fire down from Skinny, and Goblin Jumpers take Nexus Secure. If 1TR can push in here immediately, they can maybe stop the hack at Nexus Alpha. But
Need to go quick. Don't need to go quick. I think it's time. It's time that you fall back. Just see if you can hold.
I think all the 1TR here are
minutes.
dead.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for a res grenade or something. I don't know what the deal is.
See a couple of 1TR folks starting to respawn at the Nexus. Maybe also regrouping back at the warp gate with some armor.
Yeah.
They're going to do a fortress hold here at the Nexus and see if they can hold out, I suppose.
This 1TR commitment to air is really interesting, and what I'm seeing is they're being very conservative. Like, they're, for the most part, just hanging on the southern side of the continent, hiding behind Granite Head. They're not being very aggressive. They're just trying to keep the Goblin Jumpers from getting to Nexus Alpha.
Right. Yeah, I think that's smart because air superiority over the Nexuses. I mean, that distance between the spawn room and the point is so open and so easily just wrecked by like, you know.
1TR making a play for Arizek. They got a half squad on the plane up top, getting reinforcements dropping in from the Valkyrie, Reaver, the Goblins. The GOBS Galaxy is flying overhead, and the air hammers respond. I don't know if 1TR can turn this. Well, they've got a lot of mans here, and they've also flipped the A point. C point is flipping. 1TR trying to outspeed the jumpers. So one of the things I noticed when I watched the Recursion GOBS match is as good and as solid as Recursion is, GOBS is just so fast. And Arizek gets defended. 1TR retains their control over the tech plant.
Yeah, I think what 1TR is doing now is what we've seen as a smart move. When your opponent is dropping a bunch on the Nexus, you kind of actually don't go back and defend for a while because it's a long cap. You can take
Yeah.
that time to take some of the other bases, and then if you do manage to get the Nexus back, well, you're in a good spot for the rest of the match. If you don't, well then that's already the end of the game anyway. So
Totally. It's a lattice math thing, right? Because as critical as it is to not lose the Nexus, winning the Nexus doesn't actually get you much. Just a link to Argent Pass and Nexus Secure, and who cares about those bases? They take forever to cap. The real juice is in the center of the continent. Arizek is unfortunately is the weakest of the 3 center continent bases in terms of lattice linkages, but it is something.
definitely, and they're going for hydroponics now. They've dropped the full. Looks like their whole platoon is on hydroponics, while GOBS is sitting here at the Nexus. So 1TR is not throwing in the tower. They're just saying let's get as much as we can, and then see if we can push them off the Nexus. And if we can, then hey, maybe we got a shot. But the question is, can they come back with 2-3 minutes left on their Nexus and push off GOBS?
Yeah.
GOBS has had all this time to set up.
And they're going to have to stick around here for another 2.5 minutes at Nexus Secure. The hack time at Nexus Alpha, just under 5 minutes. So, assuming they pull this off without any interruptions from GOBS, then they'll only have it's about 2 minutes to respond to Nexus Alpha.
I'm looking at the Nexus now, and there is like 4 GOBS Sundays set up, like a couple logistics flashes in the point room with some maxes. It's going to be a rough capture, rough defense.
1TR have, looks like a max apiece, 1 up, 1 down here inside the powerhouse. I'm seeing a drop here from GOBS. They're pulling a heavy anvil, presumably a Sunderer.
Better than this. Show them.
Because they control the air outside here, it means they can drop anvils at will, and Unimpressionable pulls an ant. It's like an ammo ant. Not sure what the thought is there. Keep the air hammers going? Can ammo ants resupply ESFs?
I'm also seeing back here at the Nexus a sort of an armor fight starting to break out. We've got some Vanguards pulling in. We've got 1TR armor coming out of the woodpit to test them.
There's a handful of GOBS dropping behind the powerhouse, pushing into the server room to doubles. Joel Steele, the max unit for 1TR, goes down. GOBS gets control of the fat stairs in the big hall. They're pincering down both fat and skinny, pushing it on the point with a minute left. 1TR trying to hold off desperately. The max goes down. The other max goes down. And GOBS at least flips the point at Hydroponics Compound.
I'm seeing some interesting chat messages as well in the Yell chat.
It's the jabber
some accusation of breaking some accords,
Yep.
perhaps, about controlling the tech plant.
That's the terms of surrender that 1TR issued to GOBS before the match, I think. We'll have a look at that afterwards.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, a little bit of meta commentary. In about 12 minutes, the next match starts. That'll be... I don't have it up on my screen right now, but we might be able to wrap this baby up if GOBS will give us a little bit of help and get the other one without any delay.
I think they will.
1TR is still chilling at their tech plant, hoping the GOBS will come play with them. There's a Liberator that got forced to the ground, and they're trying to get the hell away, but 1TR Air not letting it happen.
Yeah, I think what I'm seeing is 1TR saying, hey, we might lose the match, but at least we kept the tech plant. I think that's their philosophy.
The moral victory.
The moral victory, exactly. To have some satisfaction with this match, despite it being a bit of a one-sided match, without question. And
the GOBS Citadel Shield comes down over Nexus Alpha, which is going to protect all their air-to-ground, suppressing the spawn room from the warp gate.
Well, look at the flashes come out to the west of Nexus. It's always
We're
good to see.
following him.
Oh, they're orbiting him.
Oh no!
There's Vanguards coming down the road to fight them. Oh god, Gobs, why?
There's still one left. No, he goes down.
There's one more at the very front. Adios.
Oh.
Robo.
GOBS just no fun at all, man.
Wow, yeah, TR not happy with the
Oh.
construction of their flash race.
I can't wait to get this post-game review.
Clear out of that area.
Yeah, GOBS. I mean, GOBS is a no mercy team. I think that's fair to say, and not that they're bad people or anything, but this is a game that they are having no mercy with. So
Yeah, they're playing Nexus on its terms. Win or go home. 10 seconds to go for the warp gate for GOBS.
there it is.
Goblin Jumpers win. To the surprise of absolutely no one. Good game to 1TR. Made it into the playoffs. Pulled the rough card for the first round. Gave some fun to watch along the way, though, and I'm grateful for that.
100%. They did some fantastic games. They definitely deserve to be in the playoffs. Fielded a really great team.
Leave the restricted area immediately.
Very well played to them, and GOBS continues their dominance as scheduled.
Yeah, man.
We still got 10 minutes of prep on the next game. Jeez.
Dude, we got time. That's hilarious. Okay.
Outfit Wars any percent.
Yeah, dude. Let me see. We can do a quick interview right now before the next game.
That'd
Might be good.
Yeah.
We got Frog Mike, aka Jim from GOBS, ready to jump in. Let me see if I can get
Nice.
1TR counterpart. Here we go. Frog Mike and Jeocoq. I don't know how to say your name. You can correct me. You're live on the cast.
Is this the 1TR rip?
This is 1TR versus GOBS. I pulled you all both in. Is that cool with both of you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Cool. And the 1TR rep, you good to go?
Oh,
Looks like he dropped out.
perhaps not.
Okay. Well, let's hear from you, Jim. How did the match go?
Well, I'm not. I don't know how much 1TR actually tried. They were messaging me ahead of time, asking me for a flash race instead of the match. And I guess after I said no, they decided they were going to flash race anyway.
Saw that. Yeah, I have here a document. I'm gonna pull it up on my screen. The top secret 1TR versus GOBS Outfit Wars Nexus Accords.
Yeah, I don't think I ever read that.
Okay. I'm pulling the 1TR rep back in. Jeocoq, please help me pronounce your name correctly.
Sorry, some audio issues. You could say it however you want. Some people say Jeocoq or Jeocoq or depends on the rating that your viewers feel like. I don't know.
Let's go with Jeocoq. That's the correct
That's
pronunciation.
fine. That's fine.
Does that mean like game chicken, play chicken? What does that mean?
Yes. It's actually French for my college mascot.
Oh, the fighting chicken.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now I'm full disclosure. In about 6 minutes, I'm gonna hop in and cover the next match. So I want to just find out what the deal with these accords are. I have them pulled up on the stream right now. Jeocoq, what's the deal?
We didn't feel that we were going to be particularly competitive against GOBS. So we offered that we could run a flash race once we were back to the Nexus base. So in an 8-1 scenario, everybody would just get on their flashes from Arizek Satcom and just drive around the continent. I think I don't want to speak for Mike, but it sounds like GOBS was just a little bit worried about the points in the seeding, which is perfectly reasonable, I think.
What do you have to say to that?
So that was it.
Jim. Should I call you Jim or Frog Mike on the stream? What do you prefer?
You just call me Jim.
Jim. So why turn down the flash race is the question.
So, I mean, my guys just wanted to take it super seriously. I guess, like they mentioned, they wanted to do flash races. I didn't know how it was going to impact the seating, so I decided not to really engage with it. Nothing
Word.
against you guys.
Oh yeah, no worries. I don't think we mind particularly. The seating and the points have been a bit wonky the entire time. So again, I can't really blame you.
Word. Well, it was fun to watch at the end. Interesting match. Watching the 1TR air, and we just lost Jim.
Yep, Mike's gone, or Jim, Mike, Jim. Yeah, it was a fine match. Probably could have done better on our end, but all in all, it was a good season. No real complaints from 1TR.
Cool.
Yeah, like what was your guys? Just if I can quickly ask, like now that you're done with it, now that you've wrapped it up, you've done your matches. There's no more matches left to do this season. What was the overarching conclusion on the experience for you guys?
Well, I've done FCing in server smashes before. I don't know if I like Nexus as much as I did Desolation. It just pulled together more elements of the game really nicely. Nexus is fine, but I would love to see a Desolation return. But actually, 1TR isn't fully done. 1TR is basically the core group of Vikings of Connery, which play later tonight. So we will be playing that as well. I think it'll be 11:30 Eastern or 8:30 Pacific. So we're still hoping that we can have a deep run in the playoffs with Viking and our many friends. If you are looking for join ops, Captain Cox would want me to mention to anybody watching that we love playing with other people, and we'd be happy to play with you sometime.
Sounds good, man. Well, GG, man, Jeocoq, and the Fighting Chickens and 1TR, and appreciate that y'all wanted that to get something fun out of what was bound to be a losing match. We've seen a lot of one-sided stomps in this round of the playoffs. And
yeah,
this was a little more interesting to cast, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's part of it being a Swiss format, and I mean, we didn't go in deciding not to try either. Like there was still an attempt.
That was clear.
But,
the play of hydroponics, I really liked that.
Yeah. We wanted to give them a run for their money, and GOBS is as we expected. GOBS is a really solid team.
Yeah.
And if they don't win Emerald, I'll be shocked. To be honest with
you. Yeah. Yeah, I just got a DM from Jim who says he left by accident, but then added, I think we've said everything we need to say anyway, so gave us
No
the
worries,
GG.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking to Jim again. A couple more weeks of Outfit Wars.
I'm
and
sure
we have
you will.
just under 2 minutes to go before KN1 VCats. So, Jeocoq, thank you for dropping on in. Good game to 1TR and the crew. And I will be probably catching up with y'all later tonight for your match with Vikings. Looking forward to that.
Cool. Looking forward to it, and hopefully Viking match will go the opposite way.
Yeah.
This one did.
I'm looking forward to the flash race.
Best of luck. Best of luck. Yeah.
See you
Hopefully
then.
we can get a good flash race.
Peace.
Yeah. Have a good one. Thanks, guys.
Okay, let's get ready for VCats versus KN1.
I'm not so sure about this one. I mean, VCat's very, very strong this year, as we've seen in their match, especially against B-Way. That first match was already very strong. KN1 also well known for being strong.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch. I've had the pleasure of casting a KN1 match. Their infantry is very cohesive and strong. There's a question of whether they can just out-frag the VCats, who...
Right.
The question coming into the outfit war was VCats, who recruited heavily from the elite infantry, like Jaeger set, in order to flesh out their roster. Have a ton of Slayers on their team. The question of the VCats has always been, can they come together as a full platoon to be where they need to be at the right time? So we'll see that in action tonight. With 16 seconds to go, I'm going to have a look at the Omega Warp Gate. Belonging to, I believe, KN1. They've got a handful of galaxies, relatively ESF light. 2 seconds to go, and the match has begun. I'm going to fly over to VCats, repping Papavanu, and they too are repping quite a few galaxies and a smattering of ESFs, maybe a few more size than there are Reavers. In any case, we're off! VCats versus KN1, quarterfinals of the Nexus season of Outfit Wars. One team will win, the other one, well, we'll see in next season.
There we go. This first air clash is maybe a little symbolic of how the match will go. These gals are actually gunned by KN1, which is interesting.
KN1 does battle. KN1 dropping on top of Granite Head alongside an anvil. They're trying to get a spawn point established. VCats, meanwhile, going straight for the triple stack on Granite Head. B point is flipping, presumably, towards VCats as well.
Look to the southwest of Granite Head, up on the glacier here. They've just got 10 burster maxes, KN1 does, and they're just blasting away at these sites.
My God, I love it. Oh God, it's battle.
Cool strategy. Cool strategy.
And they have a Sunder of the AA. Oh, let's have a look at Bitter Gorge. This is the one that is easily flippable by anyone with air control. No one is here. Repeat, no one is here. I take it back. There is a single KN1 cloaker, Pokey Clokey. Gonna try to ghost this one for the boys in blue. Checking in again on Granite Head, where VCats retain control of the triple stack and the powerhouse. This is where the VCats in elite infantry are going to do their best work, being extraordinarily familiar with these points. KN1 seemingly not contesting it, and with all 3 points, this is going to flip in just under 90 seconds for VCats. Let's now have a look at Arizek SATCOM hub.
These maxes up here are just having fun. They're just blasting away at sides and not ignoring the point entirely.
What an interesting use of resources.
Yeah, it is a lot of resources. You're right. But
KN1
many sides.
made their opener at Arizek, it looks like. They'll have it in just under a minute, just before VCats will flip Granite Head. And then we'll see which of these teams can get over to Bitter Gorge most quickly. You know, with the Arizek, with these two lattice links, they both link to Hydroponics and Nexus Secure. I wonder if we'll see an immediate push to one of those two bases as soon as one goes through. KN1 has the slight advantage, 20 seconds versus 34 seconds. KN1 making a play at the triple stack. I'm guessing they're just trying to slow things down here. God, they have a lot of bodies on the point, but the VCats have a Galaxy just sitting on top, and there's no KN1 actually in the triple stack. A point is flipping towards KN1. That's a good play. That's a smart play. I like that. That's going to slow things down. It's going to take another 30 seconds for this to go through, which is going to give potentially valuable lattice time to KN1 to make a push onto Nexus Secure. And the KN1 Galaxy taken out along with the fire team inside. Arizek now belonging to KN1. A Steel Rain is pulled for which team? I can't tell. Wait. It's right over me. It's just over Nexus Secure for KN1. And as predicted, they're already here flipping the point. Wow, this is a fast-moving one, man.
It is. It really is. I mean, we've seen already some very characteristic things out of VKTZ. Like these two rep gals that fly around and just keep themselves healed up and just provide spawns are always in all of these VKTZ matches since the first Outfit Wars season. I feel like it's these same characteristic VKTZ dual gals.
KN1 in their signature camo, reinforcing several maxes. I see 3 maxes here at the Nexus Secure point. VCats, of course, can just do the very same by going up to hydroponics. I'd be astonished, in fact, if they hadn't. Let's have a peek. And my astonishment is suspended because VCats are here, but KN1's ready to meet them. KN1 moving so fast around this map and slowing down the VCats' progress. Has Bitter Gorge in play yet? Okay, VCats, 1 minute and 44 seconds. Finally, movement at Bitter Gorge. How interesting that would be the last base in play in the center of the continent.
Yeah, just ignored.
Apollo with his Galaxy now set up over top of the powerhouse. KN1 at hydroponics here without any spawn points, I think. I think they're just on the point, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see a Sunderer. There's no beacons, or at least none that have survived. All right. In the meantime, the action over Nexus Secure looks pretty warm. The VCats Galaxies are flying away from Nexus Secure as KN1 continues to hold this power station. I don't see any VCats on the ground, but there are still plenty in the sky taking care of KN1 deployables. I don't see any KN1 spawn points. This is sort of an emerging theme where VCats is... they have a Liberator and 2 sides just shooting into the server room. After this, air-to-ground has been fully legalized throughout Araxis. A lot of armor from VCats, but no spawn points that I can see. And on the western side of the continent, because Bitter Gorge is going through in about 10 seconds for VCats, so you can look for a hack on Slate Canyon. And that's going to put KN1 in the unenviable spot, trying to defend Hydroponics and Slate Canyon at the same time. KN1 is dropping their dudes. I'm seeing a lot of those elites dropping behind into the server room. They got a couple maxes with them, and we'll see if who proves the mightier here.
Yeah, we're seeing some VKTZ response at Nexus Secure now. They're starting to push in with some maxes, but there's still a lot of KN1 here. And I think VKTZ, because they secured Granite Head, they don't have to worry about Nexus Secure all that much, because they can make that hydroponics cut off, and it's game over.
VCats are pushing KN1 back steadily. KN1's falling back towards the point. The maxes for VCats are pushing down. A KN1 orbital comes down on the point. It squashes all the VCats maxes. And KN1...
Very well placed.
Wow, what a well-timed orbital. There's still one VCats max near the fat stairs, but without any help. My God, what a great orbital.
Outside. It placed it just outside this balcony. I think it was just the perfect distance to where it hit those VKTZ maxes, but kind of leave the KN1 ones mostly active.
4 seconds for KN1 to capture Nexus Secure. And they got it! And Steel Rain. Where is the Steel Rain? It looks like it's a KN1 Steel Rain over Nexus Secure. Is that misplaced? Is that intentional? Maybe trying to prevent the back cap from VKats. The VKats are still here, even though their push got squashed by the orbital. Holy shit. Or is that... No, no, no. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. That Steel Rain is over Nexus Alpha. KN1 are making a play. And
They're
the
going
A
straight
point
for the Nexus.
is flipping. Odiogn and Finite State Machine are already here at the base. VKats responding in strength.
KN1 going for the throat.
God damn. VKats are going to push KN1 off the point, it looks like. Well, the KN1 reinforcements are coming in from the Argent side powerhouse. They've got a max and a gaggle of soft infantry, and they're going to reflip the point. There's a full squad of KN1 inside the Nexus Alpha, and VKats are struggling to keep up with the KN1 tempo.
Absolutely. I mean, VKTZ is being smart. They're starting ghost caps on hydroponics and Slate Canyon. So once they re-secure Nexus Alpha, if they can, then they're going to be in a pretty much winning spot for the rest of the match. But they do need to now push KN1 off at this point. If KN1 is able to stay stable on here. Oof.
Is it a minute for VKats at hydroponics? A minute and a half for them at Slate Canyon. We might see a Nexus rush going on. KN1.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I don't think the right play for KN. I think that the K1 needs to go all in on Nexus. I think that's their play.
Yeah. I think it's their only chance at this point. That's the thing. Once you attack the Nexus, you put some maxes in there, you put your nanites in there, you get your spawns over there, you put your people over there. You kind of have to go all in.
I'm just worried because they need to hold it for 6 minutes, and they've got no logistics outside the base at all.
They
If
had
any
some
of them
spawns,
die,
looks like from the side, they all just got wrecked by the air.
Yeah, they all have to survive. So I don't know. KN1's got to pull out a beautiful orbital strike or something to prevent VKats from just wearing them down here.
Right.
They're going to lose the battle of attrition. Here comes a small push from the Argent side. The VKats infantry, actually it's mainly a max push.
Yeah.
Coming up this powerhouse.
Five VKTZ maxes here, looks like. Just
My
coordinatedly
God.
pushing through these rooms. And
VKats
I think there's only one or
not
two
fucking
KN1
around.
maxes. Oh, three
Yeah.
KN1 maxes, yeah. Ah, there it is.
There comes the orbital from VKats.
Yeah.
And
down
down
go
go
the
the
maxes.
maxes. The res grenade, though, well timed from KN1. Everyone gets up immediately.
And a reactionary orbital from KN1 themselves, forcing VKTZ to start rip those maxes. Oh my God.
Oh, what a fuck you orbital that was.
Yeah.
VKats still have their Sunder on the Argent side, though, and of course they own Spawn itself. Now we've gone from 6 minutes to hold to 4.5 minutes to hold.
KN1's holding. This would be crazy if they got this.
I love
This
this
would be
place so much.
Insane.
The
Blow my
outside
mind.
of this base is just painted red. There's not a single KN1 vehicle or air unit or anything outside. They're all in there.
Oh, they're pushing in point. Oh no. Multiple angles of VKTZ maxes coming in from the back.
Ah,
That is
that's the
point.
battle of attrition, man. Okay. All right. All right.
Fight harder.
Well, what if KN1 bought themselves? They still hold, although they're cut off Nexus Secure and Arizek. Oh my God, Nexus Omega? Okay, I read that wrong. Nexus Omega was hacked by
Right.
VKats, but it looks like KN1 is consolidated and pushed them off the point. Just half a minute to re-secure that base, which will open them up to potentially re-securing Hydroponics or Slate Canyon. Looks like Slate Canyon is where KN1 has at least a couple dudes ready to make that happen. With 32 minutes left in the match, there's still plenty of time for stuff to happen. But both of these Nexus warp gates being in striking distance for both sides, that's, I don't know. I think anything could happen.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's obviously looking good for VKTZ. They did what they needed to do. They capped a bunch of bases, and then they went back and they defended their Nexus. It got a little bit dicey there at the end, but they made it happen. Now they can start pressuring the KN1 Nexus, and KN1 basically has to react, but can't break out. Doesn't have bases to attack from. So
Yeah, I'll see what KN1's counterplay is. I don't know where KN1 is right now. Looks like they're making a push on Granite Head? They must be flying over.
Oh, yeah.
They must be flying over Granite Head.
Oh, are they going for the Nexus again?
I
must
think
be.
so. They're
Yeah,
going
they
for
are.
it,
Here comes the
bro.
gals. They know it. They know it. They know they either get this or they lose. I think that's what they're saying.
Oh
Here comes
my
that damn
God.
KN1 crew. They're back on point. They're back on point.
Oh no. VCats are still here though.
VKTZ Max
They've been
is here,
keeping this
yeah.
point warm. I don't think there are enough KN1 to make it in.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, well, it's just this one VCats max basically holding the point down. Oh. That's a rough loss for KN. That's a rough
It
loss.
is.
So yeah, KN1 trying to play the tempo game here and force VCats to play at their speed, but VCats playing smart, playing the lattice, and it shows. They 40 seconds left for KN1 to reverse the hack at Nexus Alpha. Otherwise, they're stuck on their side of the continent for the rest of the match, which is generally just a war of attrition in a matter of time for the aggressor. These home side bases with their 4.5-minute cap timers and single points are just so difficult to turn away from an aggressive force that's fully committed this far over.
Has taken control of
Right, and we just saw the last KN1 Sunday that was over here at Nexus Alpha just went down, got destroyed by those maxes, so I think KN1 is going to have to abandon ship here and fall back. Looks like they're already doing that, getting back on point at Nexus Omega.
Yeah, Nexus Omega looking very under control by KN1. VCats, again, they're in the air, and they have a squad of dudes just comfortably, just knowing that they're going to be useful in the air. It's at one point or another, hovering over Nexus Omega.
in a restricted area.
I'm also seeing VCat's armor. It looks like a handful of mag riders rolling through the road beneath the Nexus. 4 mag riders? 5 mag riders. And they have only a single KN1 Sunderer to give them something to shoot at and a max. And the Sunderer goes down.
I mean, VKTZ can take their time, right? They're not the one who has a time pressure in terms of capturing bases and the like. Although they do need to kind of touch point a little bit, because otherwise KN1 has a chance of breaking out to hydroponics in Slate Canyon.
Yeah, and with the armor commitment of VCats, they have to choose to either abandon their armor or... I don't know.
This area is restricted.
Yeah.
It's still a very advantageous position for VCats. I'm looking for ways KN1 can spoil it, though, because that's... KN1, despite their early aggression, clearly the underdogs at this point in the match.
Yep, VKTZ breaking into point, but 1 second left, and the point does get fully defended. Is KN1 on hydroponics or Slate Canyon?
Can't tell.
Doesn't look like
There's
they were on both.
a half, and then VCats is leaning into these Vanu Maxes to reinforce their pushes. They do put the hack on at Nexus Omega, and I don't believe KN1 got anything going at the linked bases.
Yeah, they had,
Not
they had
sure if
about
that
a
was for lack of
3-second
trying
window.
or what.
Yeah. I from just looking at the pop, I imagine there was a little bit of VKTZ presence at both of those bases just
Yeah,
to prevent
sure.
that from happening.
There's something going on over Arizek. I'm not sure exactly what it was. KN1. I could see them making a play from the warp gate here.
Yeah, their spawn is just camped.
Yeah, okay, so the Sky Guards have come out for KN1, and they're pushing these galaxies back behind the mountain at the center of Nexus. Citadel shields come down for VKATs between the warp gate and the base, which is not going to do anything for KN1 spawners, but VKATs have a squad of infantry outside the spawn to take care of that problem. So this is a warp gate protection move, helping protect that those aircraft and giving them somewhere to hide other than behind the mountain itself.
Right. Here comes the KN1 gal trying to get to point, but stuck under cover in the Citadel and dropping the squad
Odiogn
down.
drops his birds.
I think that Citadel's maybe giving them a little bit of cover. There's just so many. And KN1 also, we should mention, is out of orbitals. They used up both their orbitals and maybe in the midst of crafting one, but I don't know if they have enough time to actually use it.
What's the crafting timer on the orbital?
Is it 15 minutes?
Sounds right. Well, they've got just under 5 minutes to do something about this. 25 minutes left in the match. KN1 does manage to flush this VKAT stranglehold on their Nexus loose, then it'll be at least 10 minutes from now till when they can start moving back into the center of the continent again. Although, to be honest, I rarely ever see that happen.
Yeah. At this point in the match, when the Nexus push fails, when you're back at your Nexus, when you have no other bases, the goal is now to not get warp gated. It's not so much to win the match. I mean, obviously you want to win the match, but it's just the match gets very difficult at this point.
There's another KN1 drop on the hydroponics side powerhouse. Only a few troops are going to make it in, and no maxes. And VKATs are ready for him on top of these fat stairs. This push is not going anywhere.
Basically, for KN1 to be able to take this, they need to get their entire platoon set up, ready to run in all at the same time around this base.
Yeah, it's been interesting watching them. We see one squad drop at a time, most of the time.
Right.
It doesn't seem like those squads are as coherent from squad to squad on a multi-squad basis as maybe they need to be to deal with such a strong opponent.
Definitely, but I think it's hard, right? It's very, very tricky to do that with the VKTZ air here ready for you. You have to come really simultaneously, and that's just very difficult to coordinate for sure.
Well, you got 3 minutes now to figure it out. I'm seeing a bunch of blue on... Where are they? They're coming in from the skinny stairs on the hydroponics side powerhouse, jumping up over the baby gate, getting behind the VKATs that were defending the top of the stairs. I don't think Nova's push is going to make it into the server room.
There's some VKTZ armor on like the mountain, sort of to the left of the Nexus spawn. It's like they're kind of slowly falling down the mountain.
Oh no!
It's like
that's very live.
Space here.
So one of the things I'm really noticing is I wonder if KN1 is putting themselves a little resource poor at this point, because not really any max pulls. I mean, getting a max into this base is a little different, of course. Actually, as I speak, I see 3 maxes queued up in the spawn room. I don't know how they're going to get from the spawn into the base with all this air to ground, and VKAT's infantry pushed right up to the spawn shields.
Skiing armor as well. Yeah, I think they're trying to prep a max crash or something.
Yeah.
This is like one of the strongest point holds I think I've seen on a max Nexus so far in Outfit Wars. Like, this is maxes everywhere. Citadel shield up, air. But point flipping? What? Oh, for a second it was flickering. But
Was it?
It was.
I see a name.
Just left.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably someone snuck in. Not seeing any GGs in the chat yet. KN1 going to the last.
Yeah. This is, at
Here?
this point, I feel like almost certainly a GG on the game, at the very least.
Oh, KN1 are trickling out of their spawn, trying to make something happen here. It doesn't get cut down.
Quick gal drop happened, and they're bringing out bursters to try and motivate
Yeah.
the air, I guess, to open up a path, but just got very little time.
Yeah, under a minute. This is the last point for KN1 to save the work. The shield goes down. Something.
Yeah. KN1 gal drop came in and died.
Yeah.
Trying to make the point.
Well, folks. I think KN1's sees the end coming.
Yeah, I think they're going to be bang out here, and here comes the GGs.
Quarterfinals
In the chat here.
of the Outfit Wars Nexus season. VKTZ moments away from winning, and KN1 wrapping up their season with a very well-played match.
There it is.
Great game to both
GG.
teams, and congrats to the VKTZ.
Yeah, deserved win by VKTZ. Strong showing by KN1. Strong resistance. Good plays. Good strategy. Tough one for sure.
Good shit, man. Those were a couple of fun games to watch. I'll say that.
They were. I mean, a bit one-sided on both of them, as is sort of natural by this kind of playoff setup, but definitely fun.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's see. Let's see about a couple of interviews here. I have some folks queued up. Let me just get them ready. Clicking all the wrong buttons. Henry. Dude, you guys put on a great show. I was so hyped for your push on Nexus. I was so hyped. What a game. All right, we've got a rep from VKTZ ready to go. We're going to go ahead and start with the VKTZ, and once KN1's ready, we'll pull them in. DolphinParty, you're live on the cast. Good game. Congrats.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Should I call you DolphinParty or a squad of squids, or what do you want me to call you?
DolphinParty is my preferred name. It's my in-game name.
Got it. DolphinParty. Okay. Well, congrats on the W. Tell us how it went.
Oh, it's so fun. I'm having such a good time this Outfit Wars season. Just especially now the Hitchin's gone. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I feel like we're running smooth. That match felt like
So
we're running
much
all
better.
cylinders. Oh, what's up? Yeah, I didn't see the SKL
Hey.
up in here.
Yeah, Qaztar has been helping me co-cast today.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we're so happy with SKL's performance this season. Like, you guys are crushing it.
Thank you.
Absolutely love your matches. But yeah, we're feeling good. You got me on a. We've been talking about chatting for a while, Deke, and you got me on a high right after we just won a match.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the best time to talk, right? When things are going right. You guys have after an initial setback against B-Way in the quarterfinals, just been plowing through the rest of the opposition, it seems. And today, no exception. KN1 really making a very aggressive push down the eastern lane to your Nexus, but your air and your maxes just seemed like it was too much for him.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, it's tensions can get high when your home base is being pressured like that. But I think we really kept our cool and like maintained the plan. We had contingencies for this kind of stuff,
Nice.
and everyone performed properly. Everyone did their job, and when we had to break them off that point's tough to hold, especially if you don't have the force multiplier advantage. That's a gnarly. That room is bigger than you think just by like looking at it. When you step in that room, it just feels really big, and there's not a ton of cover in there. It's pretty hard to hold the home base, so we felt confident that we could break that hold that they initially put on us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking about that on the cast about how there's this interesting dynamic because the cap timer for Nexus is so long, and because it actually from a lattice perspective, actually owning it is not as valuable as any of the points in the middle of the continent. I think when KN1 first pushed, they also had Arizek Satcom up at that time, if I'm not mistaken. So it puts you all in an interesting sort of spot to be like, huh, what should we be prioritizing here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've seen that in several matches, including our loss to B-Way at the very beginning of the season was like an overcommitment to that home base. But the relative cap timers are just wild, like because you can capture all three one by one center bases if you wanted to
absolutely
before the home bases. So you could because of the disparity between those, you can feel comfortable giving up a little room on the home base, but it can always end in disaster. I think we also saw several matches this week and last week that ended in disaster for a team that gave up too much time on their home base cap timer and ended up being warp gated.
Sure,
yeah, definitely.
Sure.
So, but yeah, it was a very very fun match, and I mean KN1 they definitely came to play. Like we beat them
dude.
2 weeks ago, and they absolutely they had new strategies. They had I mean we saw them warming up on live. We were all at a big Nason's farm at the which is just a delightful way to
it's
warm
just
up.
Planet Side is meant to be.
Right. So we were all VCATs and KN1 infantry was like fighting in the tunnels of there, and they're rocking all their jackhammers and everything they got. And so we were went in like all of our talk this week was don't underestimate KN1.
Right.
Like go out hard, just like make sure that we're not goofing around. We're here to make sure that we win the match. So, but yeah, KN1 definitely putting in the work.
Speaking of KN1, we have one of their reps ready to jump in. If you're cool with the DolphinParty, I'll pull them in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're all friends.
All right, here we go. Noobynoob, you're live on the cast.
Hey, how we doing?
We're doing good. We're just talking about the match. DolphinParty from VKTZ is telling us all about how seriously VKTZ took y'all and how happy they are with how the match went. What's your take on it? How'd the match go?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It went pretty much according to plan for the first little while, and it kind of fell apart. But essentially, the whole mentality was to bum rush the Nexus as quickly as possible. So, we took the bases that VKTZ couldn't shell us with air, and we got to the Nexus. Sadly, we couldn't keep our logistics alive, but overall, everyone did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I saw a comment from Henry saying something about not having a good anti-air solution.
Yeah. I mean, the entire main idea there was to get everyone as infantry onto the Nexus point and just hold it, really.
Sorry,
that was the original plan. But sadly, that didn't work out, mostly because we were a little bit scattered in how quickly we were to deploy in. Might have been a little bit of miscommunication or something between the squads, but overall, everyone did a great job, and I commend VKTZ for sticking to what they do best, and they did a really good job throughout the match as well.
I think that my
Yeah, thanks, man.
favorite moment of the match, just reflecting on KN1's performance, was when I was watching the cap timers and saw you guys going for Arazak and then thinking, okay, they need to get a hack going on Nexus Secure immediately. That's what you guys did. And saying, okay, if they can hold Nexus Secure, then that means they'll get a link to the VCAT's Nexus before VCATs can get a link to yours. And that's exactly what happened. Y'all fought like hell for it. And then when that happened, I was so hyped. I was so hyped to see a Nexus versus Nexus fight. I've only seen one so far, but the stakes felt very high at that point. And even though the VCAT's air and armor proved so strong, it was so fun to watch that bum rush.
Oh yeah, no. Overall, the whole plan was to blitz the ever-living heck out of the VCAT's Nexus. So essentially, the plan was to just make it there before their cap timers could go through on basically anywhere. Overall, we did a really good job on that. But sadly, didn't work out. But there's always next time.
Yeah, that's a tough point hold, especially like turtling like that. So yeah, I mean, you definitely like our hearts start pounding right when that timer starts going on your home base. So yeah, that was a great bum rush. You guys had so many maxes on the rectangle base. Like I brought in my archer and I was like plinking away, and there was just always more maxes.
I could give you a count.
Awesome. Okay,
Square base, we had
so good.
I believe 13 maxes.
It felt like I was like, man, I'm hitting my headshots today, and there was an orbital, and it just didn't matter. There's just always more maxes. So
Yeah,
good.
with that-
What a great hold on that base.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys
I
had a
will
lot of maxes too. That was insane. I remember seeing coming down the short stairs, one max with a repair engineer on him, and then 3 maxes behind him. Just like, is this where the party's at?
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, VS Max doesn't get a lot of love, but we're trying to show it love this season.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the blue
no.
shifts are terrifying.
Yeah. Right.
I ain't
But,
gonna
I mean-
lie, holding that. Sorry. I ain't gonna lie with the square base. I peeked round through to double doors, and I'm just like, oh, that's 4 maxes. Where'd they come from?
Yeah. So that was a really fun fight, and you guys definitely edged us out there, and really great fight on that one. But holding that home base is just gnarly. That point is so gnarly. If you don't have the control of the surrounding area.
Yeah, the proper means to get through. Because if
Yeah.
you don't hold the bottom, you can't go through the short stairs on the power stacks.
Eh.
And if you don't hold the outside, you can't jump off the sides of the first spawn area and use the power stacks from the long stairs.
Mhm.
Heck, you can't even go in the back side of it where the Z stairs are.
Yeah, so I was telling Deeg before you guys hopped in that we were all, and it seemed like I saw a lot of you guys warming up at Nason's Defiance beforehand. That was a good old. That's the way to warm up. So that was a very fun time. I don't know if you guys were there, but we were fighting all you guys. You bringing your jackhammers out and in the tunnels of Nason's. So that was very fun. Warm up to the game, little prelude.
I missed the Nations fight. I did not know there was one going on.
Oh,
Why
man.
didn't you guys tell me?
Yeah, that's the place to warm up, guys, right there.
Gotta
Why
love
didn't I tell you?
Masons.
I was on Ezemir. I didn't even know Hossa was open.
Fair enough.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, great match, guys. Really fun.
Yeah, you guys held that base a lot better than we did. Charlie was trying to go in basically the symmetrical side that we were holding on your base, and you guys had two engineers, and each of those engineers were being healed by 2 medics, and those 2 engineers were repairing 1 max. It was just like a pyramid of resin healing.
Yeah, I think that might have been my squad. We do our like little cheerleader pyramid stack on
That's
top of each other.
adorable.
That's right. But those
love-
powerhouses are very classic powerhouse fights there.
Should have had the Max run the Cosmos so he'd have the little pom poms to shoot at us.
That's right. We'll take it into consideration for our strategy next match.
I did get someone with the short bow, or a couple people, but not enough.
Yeah.
So, Hothorns, Noobynoob, this is the end of y'all's Nexus season. Give me your thoughts. Was it fun? Was it worth it? Would you want to do it again?
I mean,
you go first, Newbie. Your
I-
thoughts are more based.
oh, gee, thanks. Honestly, if they keep it the way that it is currently without the hitching, I'll definitely be playing next season. Because it's honestly a lot of fun. The amount of planning, strategy, all that stuff, I commend the devs for it. I commend the casters as well that take their time to out of their day to make sure that our matches are seen. And I thank everyone that competes in the whole competition. Really, that it's just to give us this little bit of a fun little matchup. But
it's great to have an opportunity to really show off, show what you're made of, come together as a unit.
Yeah.
It's great for these communities. It makes me really happy to see people coming out and having a chance to shine.
Yeah. And it definitely helps with showing how stubborn some outfits can be, but and how rooted in our ways we are. But
refuses
hopefully...
to enter the airspace.
But hopefully we can learn from the shortcomings of what we've done this time round and work on it throughout live, and then get ready for next season.
Love it. Love it.
I
Really looking
kind
forward to
of
that.
agree with Newbie's sentiment on my side. I'm more of the casual kind of person, but when a competitive event comes up, I'm like, oh, I'm ready. But it's relieving to know that it's kind of over. I don't have to set aside a bunch of time, and I can get some extra work done on the weekends if I need to get caught up for Monday.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the fact that we can just, go back to our normal, what do you call it? This is why I'm not a language major. Yeah, ops, scheduling.
Yeah.
Because during that time, it's like, yeah, we call let's go to this base, let's go to that base. But we're not like, all right, we need these guys in air, we need these guys in armor, it's just like, yeah, let's go there and we'll have some fun.
Right.
And that's kind of a nice thing. We'll be eager to see what's the turnout for the next matches. We got, 2 matches, and then it goes to 1 match for the things, right?
Yeah.
So those are going to be interesting to see.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
it's bittersweet. The sweet part is, we're going back to the normal stuff, and there's no stressful planning, and we just see people showing up. But the bitter part is we, of course, don't move on, and there's that part we're not going to see. We wanted to face off GOBS to see if we could even have a chance, but after seeing VKTZ, in our stubborn ways, we would get crushed.
Yeah, but hopefully the outfit as a whole grows from this experience. We've we definitely already have. We have a fair few up and coming pilots. We have a fair few up and coming commanders as well that have just popped up out of the blue.
Heck, we needed to recruit at the beginning, brand new players that had just joined the game, and we're like, all right, we're gonna give you the masterclass speedrun TLDR of what we kind of do, and hope we're good.
Yeah. Because I remember for the first match, we didn't even know if we'd have enough for a roster, like just a 48 roster.
Mm-hmm.
Hard, yeah.
So Odiogn was running around like a headless chicken, just trying to find people that he knew either IRL or just anywhere in game, just going, "Hey, look, you're playing for us now." And then turns out we had a full roster, so we didn't need that many people. But no, it was
yeah, I do remember the shock on the first match.
It was still fun watching Odiogn run around like a headless chicken in the office comms.
Yeah.
Overall, Outfit Wars was pretty great. I'm a little upset that there was only 4 matches, and of those 4 matches, hitching did bog it down. The first match, for us personally, the hitching was only about half a second, and it only occurred sometimes on a scheduled part of a nanite minute. I think it was 53 seconds for me on my timer.
Mm-hmm.
But for other outfits that didn't make it to the playoffs, I feel bad because they didn't get Outfit Wars, they got Outfit War. Because only the fourth match had no hitching to it. Mm-hmm. And thankfully, I don't think anyone had as bad as hitching as our third match with VKTZ.
That was the worst. That was the worst, absolutely.
Oh, that was a nightmare. I'm just like, I don't care about the air to ground. I don't care about the armor. But this hitching.
Yeah, it was twice a minute. It was gnarly.
Oh, it bumped up in the last 4 minutes of it. It bumped up to 3, and then finally on the very last minute, 4 a minute. I had scheduled it 57, 48, 15, and 11. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Planet side turn based.
Slideshow mode.
Yeah, the toll of bugs and how they can erode the competition. I think people were a pretty good sport about the hitching in maybe week 1, sort of in week 2. I'm really glad it got fixed before the playoffs, but that's a great point you make about how for the teams that aren't getting into the playoffs, they really only got one match that it didn't feel terrible to be in.
Yeah.
There was a bright side to it, and that was that with so many matches gone through, even though they had been kind of jumbled and duped by the hitching in the first matches, it was like usually teams played against with teams of similar skill.
I think the format worked out really well. Like, of the 8 teams that made the playoffs, like, those were like the outfits that kind of deserved it. Like, those are the outfits that are like hustling out there, that are putting a ton of work into.
Yeah, there
that
were
are
no
at that
obvious
level.
spoilers making it in. Right.
Like, I feel
Yeah.
like everyone who made it in, like, put in the effort, put in the time, and had the skill to do it. So I think that this format with the points and whatnot, like, looks like it worked out well.
Yeah, most of it worked out. I do share some of the sentiment of like, oh, the Nexus doesn't have that, like, what was it called? There's special shields that you need both generators to destroy it in order to get through. Because most of the matches, I think, or at least half of them, did end with a warp gate.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if one side gets a roll and since there's no other, usually on live, because there's other population, sometimes overpopulation will help get people back into their groove, and eventually even Pop will get stuck at a fight finally. But with this, once the roll gets going, sometimes it's hard to stop. And even this match, you guys has had the roll on the last base, and our roll got stopped on your last base.
Yeah. I mean, having
Definitely-
to defend back caps for like 2 extra minutes would definitely change a lot of how the fights happen.
I feel like you guys could have probably bailed out of your ESFs a little bit sooner, though. I'm not gonna lie, especially with the square base, the substation.
I don't think they
You
would have
guys-
needed to.
Yeah,
think
it
we-
depends. Like, I mean, you definitely could have contested us on the point a little bit sooner. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, we were increasing like pressure as needed because we still wanted the other bases. Like, Gorge still had to go through. There was a lot of stuff going on, but
Yeah, no, definitely. But
How did
overall,
Gorge not go through for so long? What happened? Did neither of us go for it?
Bitter Gorge was a backwater in
right.
this match. Like, after the first minute, there was literally, like, none of the points had flipped from neutral. I was astonished. It's probably the only match I've seen where Bitter Gorge wasn't part of either team's opener.
yeah, it's a weird base. I've not like enjoyed fighting at it
Mm-hmm.
personally. Like, the way it's lined up, I don't know. I just like haven't had a lot of fun, and I haven't had any long fights there.
Yeah.
They always end up pretty quick.
Right. Well,
But,
it's
I mean, I think
it's
center
the base
is a lot
that's the
more
most
fun.
cheesable, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously, everyone talks about the air to ground at Bitter Gorge, which is obvious because all the points are exposed to air. But also, there's the elevated roads coming in from the north and south, which exposes it to a lot of vehicle shit too. So it's like, if you're not in
Oh,
armor,
definitely.
good fucking luck.
What is it? Argent Pass especially has like a full view of, I believe that's the sea point,
Mhm.
and the what is it called? Slate Canyon Hold has not the best, but still a pretty decent look at A point.
Yeah, I mean, you guys spent no time on triangle bases this match. Like, you sent like 2 people to Slate Canyon.
Oh yeah, we were hoping
Yeah.
we could just like blitzkrieg that. I'm like, dog, I might have a speedrun timer up for this, just to hope.
No, that was. I mean, that's the play, right? If you don't have that air dominance, like, what else do you do? That's
yeah, air
that's the play, man. You did. That's as close as you could do it.
You definitely got the thing going for how much air you want, because air does do AI better than armor does, because it's got nose cannons and all that, and it's got the ability to pick and choose its fight with its speed, as well as the fact that you can have, actually the PPA isn't really good for this, but the photon pods you can kind of sub in for the air to ground, while you have a nose cannon that still can do air to air. And you guys were melting our spawns before we could even make it.
Yeah.
So the drop, I'm like, there was one we were going to the square base, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna make it, and then immediately, whoops, there goes half the gal's health. I'm like,
Yeah.
you didn't even need havocs.
Yeah, I mean that's like a huge thing, right? Denying the enemy spawns.
That is
And the armor.
one thing I have to commend you guys on, was the little wall, the chain link wall that you placed up outside our warp gate for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit rude, but very nice.
Yeah, we
I
like
pulled I remember getting told that there's like a wall of sides outside the warp gate. I pulled an ESF to try and break through it. I'm like, oh, that's a lot.
What? I totally
wasn't
missed
expecting
this.
about a squad and a half of what felt like a squad and a half of sides, just holding hands, creating a human wall against the warp gate there.
yeah, little Red Rover action.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile,
Reenacting the one scene from
our
Guardians of the Galaxy.
exactly. Meanwhile, our smooth brains trying to break through one at a time. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, we spent our lane smash season getting air to grounded the entire time, and I think that really put a it really pushed us into like doing the amount of recruiting that we've done to get in these like top level players in our air squad. We're not paying people like was it BHO is paying people
Oh God, I heard
over
about
there
that.
in Europe.
They
It's
didn't even
like
win,
we're paying
right?
people, but I mean, yeah, they didn't win. They paid people to do it. But yeah,
Well,
I mean,
but it was
the
in
recruiting-
Planetside camo, right? Or boosters they paid them, right? It wasn't like cash.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
out.
bundles. I thought it was like pricey.
Was it pricey bundles?
I thought it
I
was
heard
like
it was
some
boosters.
serious money. It was some maybe it was boosters, but it was definitely some a significant amount. It wasn't just like an $80 or an 80 DBC camo or something.
That gifting
But
system.
I mean,
man.
learning that making sure that we prioritized air, and both bringing in that outside talent and building up our own pilots internally and like running air squads. And it's because it's hard to train someone from scratch even in a year, right? Because this game's been out for so long.
Yeah.
Pilots that you're going against are a decade worth of experience. Like so you got to do both. You got to do whatever you can to get that air dominance because it's so important.
Yeah, and with the mouse acceleration, it's kind of a steep learning curve because it's janky compared to like other games. Say, I'm blanking out. Like Battlefield sometimes had that, sometimes didn't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, PlanSide you can definitely use the word janky on a lot of things in it, but we love it,
Yeah, we're all stuck here, so we might as well enjoy it, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
I've grown to love the silliness of the game,
Sure.
and I'm
sure.
horribly addicted as well. So
Sure.
what else can you do?
I think that those.
Oh,
two
we know
things
that
go hand
feeling
in fist.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have a support group after.
So
Yeah,
Yeah, there's some
Servers ever go
parts of the
down?
game where it's like we want to tear our hair out, but then there's like the infantry gameplay, that time to kill ratio is kind of the infantry perfection, man.
Yeah.
So here's a question for KN1. I asked y'all if you'd be excited to do this again. It sounds like that was a hell yeah. I want to ask the opposite question. How would y'all feel if this never happened again? If there was never another outfit war? How would that affect
Honestly,
you guys?
I'd feel disappointed because I feel like they've finally got a format that actually works for this game. Especially the outfit aspect of it. I mean, it was sad to see things like Server Smash disappear.
Server Smash was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's nothing quite like playing with a couple 100,000 people.
Server Smash was the
doing
whole
exact
reason
same
that.
thing.
Yeah, Server Smash was a big reason why PlanetSide got real popular when it started to die down at first. Because what was it? Setting a world record for how many players are in like one specific space.
Yeah. Because
that was a lagging chaos.
I remember that.
Yeah. Because I remember my first year of PlanetSide, I was asked to play in the Briggs versus Crown Server Smash. That wasn't official. I don't think it was just a send off for Crown, and that was hella fun. Like, that's what kind of got me hooked into this aspect of PlanetSide.
Those
Yeah,
are all
it was-
community organized, right? Like none of devs never did that stuff.
Yeah, no,
Right?
the Briggs versus Crown one was definitely community. It wasn't
Yeah.
devs at all. PSB ran it entirely out of their time in their back pocket, I think.
Yeah.
But that's what got me into like actually wanting to stay in this game for the most part. That was a lot of fun. So then when I heard that outfit was a thing I really wanted to play the first time around, but I didn't have an outfit at the time that was able to participate. So then I joined KN1, and then from there, here I am.
Word.
Yeah,
But,
this new map is pretty good as well. There's a few like, because there's so many lattice links straight to the what do you call it, the Nexus, and the fact that the Nexus is a bit vulnerable. It can sometimes be a little too quick for the audience viewing. Like that was one thing that the three-way format kind of does a little better. There's no like, who's it gonna be at the last second kind of this and that back and forth. And that's probably the only thing that stopped complete rolls that we see in this format where someone gets warp gated. But it would be interesting to see this Desolation or even this map reused in live play somehow. Like, let's say the two factions that draw on like an alert, like just everybody pile in.
Top 48
You're all monkeying
killers.
around on Nexus, and we're gonna see who's better. Like, if they even up the population to like 96, or even more than that, it would be something interesting to see. But I don't know if they could code it in without once again making it spaghetti, because PlanetSide's 2 code is running on spaghetti.
Yeah, everyone matching the home button to get in at the draw.
Yeah.
Because
Just
it only
furious.
accept the yeah.
Let me in.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah, man.
I did see a Reddit post a while back of somebody asking for Desolation to be available as the off-continent. I don't know how well that's gonna be, man.
Yeah.
Like,
You would
considering
need to make a lot of hard spawns.
you need to make
'cause
a lot of changes for that one, because what is it? Off hours is already just orbital spam for the most part. You got those people that like to play Minecraft and just set up a little orbital base on the sides. And then that's essentially what Nasons, what the tech plant, what Watersons, all that stuff turns out into at the end of the night in the early morning hours. It's just haha, laser go boom. So it'll be interesting to see if they do decide to make Desolation a off hours continent, see what happens, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I would love to see a smaller continent in live play for PlanetSide. Like in some form or fashion. I think it'd be interesting to see. I actually made this video, God, a long time ago, where I talked about how I think one of the things about PlanetSide that makes it hardest for people who are trying to get into it is that it's so big. And it's not just physically large in terms of places to go and where to be, but also in terms of options. And if you could cut down PlanetSide to a smaller play space with fewer number of options, it could be something that more people could gain some traction with. But I don't know, maybe not.
Cultier.
Yeah, I've never played on Cultier somehow.
I mean, they had
How is
Cultier
Cultier?
open as the off. The only issue that ruined Cultier was again just the vehicles. Like, you'd have some squad or something that's semi-organized at 2 a.m. in the morning driving around with a Sunday train just ruining spawns. Like, even still on like Hossen and the other like continents that are currently live, that was a major issue still. Like, not to put flack on VS, but every time that I've played during like 2 a.m. or something, that window, it's always been a mag rider that's gone around killing Sundays.
I mean, yeah, that's a big complaint.
Either
for
that
everyone.
or like a group of 6, I don't know, 6 prowlers or something.
Hello, Odie.
Hey.
Got Odie
Give me
in
one
here.
second. I
But yeah.
gotta mute the Gilded.
PlanetSide does thrive when it's even though it's a combined arms game. PlanetSide's main attraction is that factor of scale, but scale doesn't really work in combined arms for the sole fact that armor is often more powerful than infantry and air is more powerful than infantry. And if you put them on the same spot, it looks cool for a second up until the point where it's not Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and all the infantry is suddenly dead and the armor is just
It's
having
one thing
a
to
bash.
watch a spectacle. It's another thing to be in the spectacle. Right?
Exactly. So when the infantry
I
and
just
the
want to say
armor
good
are in
game,
the air,
Dolphin Party. Good playing, Bigats.
Yeah, man, Odiogn is a great game. Yeah, We had so much fun and good all in on the home base. Definitely got our hearts racing.
I
Odie,
wish it
that
had
was a
been an
great
all-in.
push to watch.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, we
Gonna be
had
some
a little bit of
punishment.
hiccups on there, but
Dolphin, if we had gotten all 48 guys, you guys would have been a lot more scared.
Yeah.
We couldn't get all of our guys there, man. We only had like 30 tops at that
Gnarly.
base.
most of Charlie got there at least. That's what I know. I'm not sure about
It
Delta.
was
How
it was
big
like 10 guys in Charlie's squad. It was like 8 guys in Alpha squad, most of Delta, and like 4 from Bravo. We weren't able to get all of our guys there, man.
I mean,
It's
at
so
I can hear
disappointing
it.
that we didn't get all of our guys there, man.
I can
we
hear
were on
it.
the verge of greatness. We were this close.
Oh man.
I ain't gonna lie though. At least we got there already. That's a
I was
plus.
amazed we got there.
At least we got there.
Also, based on talking with Apollo, we would have taken it if we had all 48, because he thinks that he could have just double OS'd it and got us off
Yeah.
that point, and that
No,
wouldn't have
we
worked
would've
because we
taken
know the strat.
We were.
I saw
like,
that.
I mean, we
I
were
saw you
slowly
guys
increasing.
counter resonating, timing it with an OS at one point. I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were definitely like slowly increasing the pressure there as we did it, but we had yet to pull everyone in on it. So yeah, I mean, I would have been really cool to see that like 48 on 48, just like knife fight in the in the home base as we all try to get in.
This is
Oh,
why
dude.
we need an exhibition format of this. You know,
Yeah.
let outfits
Knives
sign
only.
up, plan an exhibition, a grudge match, a rematch, whatever you want to call it.
Ladder. They just need a ladder system. Screw this
Uh,
event stuff. Just have a ladder that you could challenge people on
We
the
talked
ladder.
about
and
this last time.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That would be so great.
Yeah.
Because you'd be damn sure we'd be challenging VKats on the next ladder match
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Yeah, we're sad we're not gonna get that B-Way rematch that we were looking for.
All right. Yeah. Too many interesting matchups that we could still imagine happening, and we're gonna all have to wait till next season, unless an
I'm
exhibition.
so
thing
happy
comes out of
too
nowhere.
that we were able to rematch VKats without the terrible lag spikes. That was so much more fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It felt like a
Absolutely.
proper 4 games.
Absolutely.
Well, 3 games for me. I missed the mid match.
Word.
Was anything
No.
interesting said while I was not here?
Oh
Um,
man.
We were talking about how PlanetSide does thrive when it's stay in your lane gameplay, where infantry is going up against infantry, armor is going up against armor, and air is going up against air, and everybody's like bashing in the same kind of space but not interrupting each other's stuff. Like, there's no infantry locking on to air duels in the airball. There's no armor firing upon infantry while they're trying to fight each other on the field or snipe, and there's no air trying to ground pound armor or infantry while they're doing their own thing.
Right.
But rarely does that happen because, well, the weapons are there, they're going to get used, and even if they weren't, there's going to be those pilots that are just like, watch me wizard this.
But that was a really fun match. Like I said, I'm so sad we didn't get 48 guys on the Nexus.
Mm.
Yeah.
But we still got to the Nexus, like Noobie said. We gave a valiant effort.
Yeah, I'm a little
Word.
bummed that it didn't go out as planned because it was a little bit of my baby as well. The whole fucking Blitzkrieg thing. A little bit sad that it didn't work out, but we got there.
I
I'll take that as a win.
told Apollo this, that it's no disrespect to VKats that we were going for the juggler right off the start. Like, let's say we played the slow game and we narrowly got a win by the skin of our teeth, we would have to face GOB in the next round. So we wanted to make sure we beat you guys as fast as possible. If we were going to win, we needed to win fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Get the early warp gate.
We also
get all
wanted
those
to go up
points.
against 2RAF.
Mm.
We were also trying to go up against 2RAF because we'd like to rematch.
That would have been
those guys.
awesome.
But it was a really good game.
We already asked Newbie and Hothorns what their opinion was. I'll ask you for yours. Was the outfit war fun? Was it worth it? And are you excited to go again sometime?
I think that this would be an overwhelming, good experience for me if there wasn't the problem with the colors, and if those lag spikes weren't in the first several matches. Those lag spikes were unbearable. I think I told you this already, Deke, that we were considering throwing the Safari match if they didn't fix the lag spikes.
Like, we didn't want to compete in this tournament if those lag spikes were still a
Yeah,
thing.
really just disheartening. Yeah.
But if they fix the lag spikes and that doesn't come back, and they fix the color scheme thing,
What's the
I
color
think
thing?
this is NC should always be blue.
But if you have NC versus NC, then
TR should
it
always
becomes a
be
problem.
red, but then if it's NC versus NC, then you can change the colors. But there's no reason for NC to be red and for TR to be blue. That makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm sympathetic with that.
Also,
guessing it's-
I think they should change the way that this is. I don't think it should be a tournament. I think it should be a ladder system, and also the branding of it. It shouldn't be called. If they're going to continue to do the tournament system like this, where you have teams like Mid and Gob and VKTZ, where you're like they're kind of taking in a bunch of players from other outfits.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird to call it outfit wars. Just call it like a lane smash match like that, because it's not really outfits competing. Like, there's only a few actual outfits in the tournament itself. It's like 2RAF, KN1, and like SKL. Like, I can't really think of other actual outfits that were just like straight up outfits.
Everybody
from
recruited for this. I mean, I was talking to Recursion. Even they had to recruit for this. I don't think there are any outfits that are going in with the pre-Outfit Wars roster. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean,
though.
I can say for SKL, even we did not have enough people. I mean, we could grab a bunch of random people, but enough people who were willing to come week by week, or willing to go to a training, or to.
Listen, I'm
really
not hating on
commit.
people for getting people to play. I'm not even hating in general. I'm just saying it's just like it's a weird thing where if you are an outfit that's been around for 20 years, like KN1 has, and you have members who've been in the outfit for 8, 9, 10 years, it's just weird to go up against a team saying, "Oh, well, we're an outfit." It's like, yeah, you guys were put together like 4 months ago. like you're not quite the same
I get
thing.
it. It's not like a
For me,
smashing of
this is just a
community
personal pet
institutions.
peeve. This is just
No,
a personal pet peeve with me.
I think Odie, that you're speaking a truth that a lot of other people have felt, and it's interesting too, because I don't think it's anyone in RPG's intention to have, teams full of raw recruits, ringers, whatever you want to call them, smashing up
even
against
the
each
raw
other
recruits thing
with a new tag. I mean, there are even some communities that, in order to play, they basically had to make an outfit, a temporary outfit that's a coalition, Terran Alliance, who we're covering, I think, later tonight.
Mid as well.
Mid.
I like the way they did that though. Mid, they weren't claiming to be Frost or Tau. They're like, okay, we're a conglomeration. I don't know.
Maybe the answer is alliances, or maybe that just formalizes the problem that you're
No, it would be nice if there were alliances. Like I know that Mid had to make an entirely new outfit. It would have been cool if it was like the Frost, Tal, I forget the other outfits in that. I'm sorry, Mid alliance kind of a thing. Like, that would have been cool. This way, all the outfits get representation, and there's more of an outfitty feel to it, rather than like the teams feeling as if they're like a hodgepodge of a bunch of different players.
Mm-hmm. I guess the question is,
for me, my outfit is like a family. So like,
yeah, man,
it'd be
I hear
weird
that.
if I invited a bunch of strangers to dinner, kind of a thing.
I understand what you're saying. I think that there aren't that many outfits that are in that strong of a family position like KN1 is. So I'm thinking about this because this problem interests me too, Odie, and I'm trying not to get too far on a rabbit trail, but this one interests me. It seems to me that in order to persist that kind of engagement with Outfit Wars, what you would need to do is find a way to encourage people to stay in the outfits or alliances that they play in the outfit war with. And it's not actually about the outfit war itself. It's about what comes between them and what incentives people have to stay tagged up, essentially.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think a big part of the success of that doesn't even fall on the outfit leaders per se, because I think that a lot of people might stop playing with that outfit, not just the outfit, but they might stop playing the game if the tournaments are not set up properly. Like if there's constant schedule changes, if there's glitches, if things just aren't being run the way that, people want it to be run, they might say, you know what, I'm not playing that game anymore. I have a few guys in my outfit who are, they're still in my gilded, they're still in the outfit, they're still, part of our family, but they're not playing PlanetSide anymore because like after that VKTZ match that was like so laggy that they couldn't even move, they're like, why am I playing this game? Like this game is just unplayable.
Why am I bothering? Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that one of my guys stopped playing because he didn't want to deal with the color changes. like that was just confusing him so much that he's like, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, too old for this shit.
Yeah, yeah, he's like an older guy too. Yeah.
Dolphin, I'm curious if you have any thoughts about what we've just been discussing.
Yeah, I mean, I see all the stuff. I can see that we're called ringer cats and all the fun names. I mean, you can if you have no clue of our like internal outfit, culture and how it is, and you don't know the people, I could see that it seems like we're just hiring people off the side. But I mean, a lot of these, all these guys have been playing with us for like 3-4 years. We are such a big outfit that we do so many things. So like we do like a public platoons almost every night. So the top level players in the game are not like running in our public platoons because they do other stuff. But a lot of these guys that are in smaller outfits.
They're playing any
platoons,
platoons, by the way. Most
right.
of these guys. They're on
so giving them a place.
They're playing other games.
Yeah, but they're with us like all the time. Right? They're in our Discord. They're providing trainings for our new people. So
it's
yeah,
no. I totally get it. I wasn't trying to hate on mid or VCats for having other people to fill their roster. It's just a personal pet peeve of mine because it seems like an uneven playing field. Like in sports, for example, you have cap limits of the amount of salary that you could pay people to play for your team. This way, the sports teams are more even because
so yeah,
things
it's
of that nature.
Like the Commander Serious video made a big point about that.
Yeah, in Halo, for example, I used to play competitively for Halo PC when I was 15 years old. There was no cap limit on Halo teams, obviously, but the cap limit was an indirect cap limit because you could only have 5 guys on a team. But in Planeticide, you could have hundreds of guys on your roster, and you could have people on alt accounts. It wasn't the case for Halo PC and a lot of other games. On a lot of other games, if you're playing for one team, you have to play for that team. And if you're not playing for that team, you might not get a roster spot on another team because there's only 5 guys on a Counter-Strike team. But because of the nature of Planeticide, where there's multiple servers and people have multiple accounts, and you could have 300, 400, 500, thousands of people on a roster, and you have 48 guys participating in the match, it's just so much wiggle room for shifting and for skill to be just moved around from not even just year to year, but from match to match, even potentially like we had last year, where we were going up against guys that we defeated on other teams in the next match the next week.
Yeah, I think like those like bringing in alts or like bringing in like new people like that week to play definitely seems weird. I think if you're going to bring in people from other outfits, like I like the the merit or the loyalty like gates. I like the time gates. Like I'd be cool like submitting a roster at the beginning of the season, of 3 times the number, or like 2 times the number of like 100 people.
Yeah, like with VCats, I'm not even saying you guys can't have the roster you have. I'm just saying it'd be nice if, like, let's say you incorporated some other outfit into your roster like a few months ago. If their outfit could be represented.
Yeah,
I'm all about like
the alliances.
The alliance thing, man.
I think that's what we were hoping for because they were talking about it, right? And we were like planning on doing an alliance, and then turned out we can't do the alliance, so.
If the alliance thing had been a thing, we might have been able to align with Right. Like I had to do a lot of recruiting because a lot of my older members weren't able to play, and so I had to recruit a bunch. Like some of these guys are recruited. They just started playing Planeticide, like, and like some of them are good because they're like ex FPS players and stuff. But it's not easy getting 48 guys.
Yeah.
I was sad that Right wasn't represented in the in this. Like I was sad not seeing them playing because they're such a name on the on live server.
Yeah.
If there was an alliance system and Doc would have had me, I would have totally allied with him, and that would have been a lot of fun.
A lot of the Right members said they thought of the outfit wars as just too stressful and they didn't want to go through with it again. So I totally understand that. Outfit wars, even when it does work, like even you said SKL and VCats had problems fielding 48, and even the people who could field 48 the moment Outfit Wars registration starts up, it's just like, who do you send in, who do you not send in? Because some people want to turn to play in Outfit Wars, and other people are just like, I don't want to test that with a 10-foot pole. That's a lot of schedule, and I got a life, man.
Yeah.
And it brings the problem to the table of
That's
how do
why
you
I'm
even
casting,
out?
by the way, and not playing.
Yeah. How do you even out how many casters, how many people, how many teams, and who's on what team? And it just creates so many lopsidedness that just stockpiles into a lot of gripes.
I just
the
want to
delays.
quickly, kind of quickly just say I unfortunately
for
have
it.
to go. But thank you guys for the fantastic match and big GGs, and I'm looking forward to the matches next week.
Take care, dude.
Thank you,
see
Qaztar.
you, man.
Have a good one,
Have a
bro.
good one,
Yeah.
y'all.
Thank you.
With all the delays that happened with the Outfit Wars, I'm like clearing my schedule for July and then August and then September and then October. I feel like I have like 4 months of things delayed.
Hmm.
I'm kind of glad it got pushed back because if it had started that week that it was expected to start before it got like moved back, like what was it, a week or two, I would have been trying to play Outfit Wars high on painkillers after they had ripped out my wisdom teeth.
Gnarly.
Oh, that would have been an experience.
I was thinking about what you said, Dolphin, and we had Travis play for us last Outfit Wars
Yeah.
for a couple of matches where we couldn't get 48. And I was just thinking about it, like he's like a lone wolf guy. He doesn't like really play on any outfit. Like, although I like Travis and he's a skilled player, and there's a lot of guys like that, should those types of players be even allowed to play in Outfit Wars? Like, me personally, if you're gonna make it like, if you're gonna put the name Outfit Wars on it, I don't know if lone wolf players should be even participating, because the whole idea is that it's an outfit versus an outfit.
I mean, you can. I mean, I think there's different levels of ringers, right? There's like the BHO paid ringer, and then there's someone, right? There's like that's like the lowest level of ringer, right? That's like
Wait, is that real or is that a troll? I don't even know if that was real or not.
Either way, but the idea of that, right? That's like the worst ringer who like they've never talked to anybody, and they're just like coming in day of, just doing like a specialist.
Well,
and then it's different. It's different than like what like a land whale is to us. Who's like land whale is like up in our Discord all the time. He's part of the community. You know, he's doing training stuff. And so,
I agree with you. I would say that he's part of your outfit.
Right.
And like even with Travis, I didn't like using ringers, but I used Travis because he was actually in KN1 at one point before he became like that lone wolf guy. He was in right, then he joined KN1. So I was like, you know what? I'm like, this is as close to a ringer as I can get where I don't feel dirty, kind of a thing. Like, because he actually used to be in our outfit, and he's still, you know, he was still in our then Discord at the time.
Odie, two things occur to me, man. I hear the pain of that, and I understand it. And when you watch two teams go against each other, you want there to be a community story on each side. As a caster, that's it makes it fun. If you just see an alliance of people who are like, yeah, this was cool, but whatever. Like we interviewed oh shit, who was it last week? Maybe it was last night. I think it was Fate. Right? And correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was Fate. Maybe someone knows. Their collection of outfits. And the interview was just like, we came together. It was kind of cool. And then we're going to go do our own thing.
Yeah.
Like,
whereas there's actually some history with VKTZ and KN1 and 2RAF, like the actual outfits that are competing.
Sure, and so y'all aren't like at that extreme in terms of the examples of it, and I know you know whatever, but the reason I called that out is because you want that community story, and the way that community story gets developed is when the same people play with the same tag over extended periods of time.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you watch
it's a question of
Basketball
incentive.
Do you watch Basketball Deek?
One more point I want to make, and then I will totally answer your question.
Yeah, sure.
The other point is enforcement, and I think that's one of the big questions. We did see them add like this disconnect protection to the outfit war, which fucked over a lot of people, right?
One of the girls that plays for me, she wasn't able to get into the match, and then when she got into the match, she was in the freaking observer cam. This was during the VKTZ match.
Yeah,
and she's like, I'm in the observer cam. What should I do? I was like, quit out. We don't need.
We had one as well, yeah, on our side.
Okay, here's the moment of truth, Dolphin. Are you a good guy? Did you tell your guy to quit out?
Yeah, we replaced him, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It was annoying.
And
you like put all this work into like get your roster set up over the week, make sure everyone's there. send out the
Yeah.
announcements, and to just like have a, have it, one person not be able to get in is annoying.
Sure.
Yeah, especially if it's
One
someone who's been in
thing-
your outfit for years. I
Yep.
think Sweepy's been in my outfit for 7 years or something like that.
So Odie,
Yeah.
the reason I brought that up is because I was trying to make the point: how do you enforce people sticking with the same outfit for outfit wars without some kind of draconian measures that
I don't think
exclude
you
a
need
lot
to
of people?
enforce it, Deeg. I don't think you need to
Okay.
enforce it, Deeg. I think
So
you
if you
just
don't
need
enforce
to
it,
cultivate a culture where it's so frowned upon that nobody
so
would
it's
want to
up to
play
the
for that outfit.
community is sort of what
Yeah.
what you're saying, and I think that that's
Yeah.
actually the right answer too. That's the right answer.
Do you watch basketball, Deeg?
No, I don't. I watch baseball though.
All right, real fast. You might understand what I'm saying. So in the 80s and 90s, basketball players would play on the same team from the start of their career to the end. You had Larry Bird.
Like
He
Jordan
played
and
for
the
the Celtics.
Bulls. Yeah.
Jordan played for the Bulls his whole career. Bird played for the Celtics his whole career. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played for the Lakers his whole career.
Yep.
So you had these franchise players, and those
Mhm.
players, those all-star players, became associated with that franchise.
Right.
And so like Odiogn, me, and talking to myself in third person, I'm kind of associated with KN1.
Mm.
Hannibal Forge is very associated with 2RAF. And so
Right.
you have this story, you have the potential to build stories and narratives because of these things.
Mhm.
And when you have a supporting cast that's also been with those people for years, it's just I don't know if it's just human nature or psychology, but something about it just feels right.
Shared experience. That's what builds the connections, and that's what keeps people coming back.
In modern basketball, people are just constantly switching teams, going to whatever team they think they could win a ring with.
Yeah.
So there's no quote unquote loyalty to their teams. Kevin Durant's like, oh, I think I could win with the Golden State Warriors, so he switches to that team. This is not going too good. Next year I'll switch to the New Jersey Nets. And so it's like, what team is Kevin Durant? He's one of the greatest players of all time, but what team is he associated with? He's
Yeah,
not
it goes
associated
from
with
being a
any
league
team.
of teams to a league of players who are changing teams.
Yes, it's just a league of players, not teams. Yes.
Yeah, and that gets to be a very individual story, and it takes the power out of the outcome of some of those matches, because maybe you're not talking about who won, but you're talking about who scored the most points.
It's not
Which
even taking
individual
the
had the
power
biggest
out of it.
performance.
It doesn't. Yeah. Okay. I agree with you. Yeah. Exactly. Like the players are still playing well,
Yeah.
and they might even be a legit like bona fide outfit and like a strong community like Dolphin was talking about.
Yep.
But it's just about perception and the way that we tell the stories to ourselves in our minds. And I think that as a community, as a PlanetSide 2 community, we should be doing our best to dispel rumors and also to create a narrative and a story that we all want to tell each other.
Mhm.
And in order to do that, we have to be characters in that story that are upstanding and do the right thing. I mean, that's kind of why I was joking when I asked Dolphin. I was like, "Did you tell that guy to quit out?" And like, he told him to quit out, because I think that in general, people want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the bad guy. Nobody wants to be the bad guy.
I think it's fun that each person kind of has an identity with the outfit, because when that person like does something or says something, and it feels like, oh, that's what the outfit agrees with usually. So when like say if the outfit alliances went up, like if Odiogn teamed up with Noobynoob, that's another part of the story, because as a single person, you could have people going over from one outfit to the next one because they were quote unquote ringing, but they were just like friends, and like both outfits were like, all right, we don't have enough for 48. We don't have enough for 48. Want to team up? Sure. But when it's like we're forced to make a new outfit like mid, it's just, it feels kind of half-hearted. So having the alliance system would feel more like we're working together and more as people rather than individuals, because as a single person you can make something, but as people we can make something more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to comment on that too. It's just coming from Briggs, there's just a very different culture on Emerald. Everyone in Emerald is very much individual focused, all that kind of jazz. Like the outfits, you can see it. Like they're always bragging, like, you know, hanging on about, oh, this person gets X amount of kills per whatever the, you know, whatever time frame
KPM,
or however
sure.
the heck. Yeah, like they keep going on about that. But on Briggs, it was more or less like there's that mutual respect between outfits. Like I can't really talk because I came from R18, so like, you know, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about that side. But for the most part, like, a lot of the outfits on Briggs were very, very respectful to each other. They joked around, and I remember during the last couple legs of Briggs's lifespan, we had like a whole server meeting where we kind of just sat down, put aside our differences, and hey, look, Briggs is dying. We need to do something about it. Sadly, that didn't work because a lot of the outfits jumped ship like the night after. But whatever. But again, there was just that mutual kind of understanding between all the players on Briggs that if it's like 2 a.m. in the morning and you're shooting at it's the last fight on the map, you don't go around killing the buses.
Yeah.
Like if it's the only fight on the map, you don't do that. Like
yeah.
there was just that kind of
just Emerald is that it's just bigger, and so
Yeah.
I doubt there's like a couple bad like outfits that like will do that. You'll see it every now and then, but I feel like most of that's like solo players. That just would I don't know many outfits that are out there off hours hunting Sundays intentionally. I think that's just the nature of like having such a. I mean, it's like the biggest server.
Yeah. Again, like that's just kind of the difference that I've definitely noticed between Emerald and Briggs.
There was a moment though recently with this like sudden death alert where like killing a Sunday is like bad because you can't farm it.
Right.
Where like for like 30 seconds there was like a 96 plus VS force like circled this Sunday and just looked at it and did not destroy it, and it was like everyone's yelling in Prox chat like don't kill the Sunday.
It's like
and it was just a nice little
morning
moment.
truce.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Like World War One.
Yeah,
right.
it's definitely those things of reward versus repercussion. Like when it's off hours, what's the point of destroying a Sunday? It's a fight. It's working. It's fine.
Yeah.
Even when there was Esamir was not yet warmed up, and I was trying to use the Sunday as a backboard for an underbarrel grenade launcher. Didn't even know it was on fire and broke it. I'm like, sorry, that's my bad. Because like you want to have fun. You want to keep the fight. If it dissolves into a door fight, it's not as fun. But before that, it's fun to have that back and forth to explore the hex space, and it's fun to do that. It might even transfer to outfit wars and why we kind of have like so many people doing so many desperate things to like get the best players sometimes because they want to get like rewards more because they have like a banner? I think it's a
banner and a frame this time around. Not even a knife. I'm disappointed.
It's fine having like a physical thing because the knife is pretty.
Are there that many people who are motivated?
It comes in handy
by that reward.
Sorry.
What's y'all's gauge on how motivated people are by the extrinsic reward of Outfit Wars?
I feel like it can make the basically difference between people showing up and people just not even participating.
People like shiny things.
Personally, like if you give them something that's distinguishable and like not just a banner or something like that, like give them like a outfit armor set or something that they can commission for, I don't know, Doku or even just for the art team at DBG to do. That makes it unique, so that outfit has something that's unique to them. Would be kind of nice. Like,
yeah, that would be a reward that people
like,
would definitely begin ringing for.
Uniform patch.
Yeah, for example, like you could ask the top 3 outfits that make it in each competition. You can ask them, "Hey, we're gonna make a armor set or a helmet or something like that. That's like specifically your outfits." For everyone that's participated, in your outfit so far, like they'll get this armor set or whatever, and then they can, give them like a couple pointers for design and all that kind of thing, and then they can just give them that way. Like I feel like that would be more of a motivator than a knife that is practically unusable in infantry or a banner.
Yeah, That's interesting that you say it makes a difference for some people. Like as an outsider who's just casting it, like I have my own reasons for doing it. Like I'll never get enough out of doing this cast to be worth the effort that I put into it. In terms of like rewards or outcomes or even things like subscribers. For me, it's all about what it is that I want to see happen. The fact that
it's
I think that I can,
it's the intangibles, not the tangibles.
I can make a casting product. Yeah, I can make a casting product that is distinct and worthwhile separately from what everyone else is doing. And so I guess I'm wondering out loud, like what. I guess for people who are on the fringes, they're already in these outfits, like KN1 VCats, who would be valuable additions, but maybe who are busy and need an excuse. Like I can see how that would be enough to kind of roll the boulder over the top of the hill for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
interesting.
some people, I think the majority of people aren't out for shiny things, but I mean, even if you get a small percentage of people to be like, "Oh, I want that shiny thing," I mean, that's more people.
It's a part of the game. It's part of the game. People work for that stuff. Their Araxium armor, stuff like that.
Me personally, I'm more like yourself, Deeg. I play this game with my friends and my outfit because I have fun playing with these people and I enjoy playing it. If my outfit's not on, I'm not playing Planetside. People will rarely see me soloing.
Yeah, I'm that way too. But for me, it's with my stream. Same kind of idea.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I got to go find some food and have a little break before the Connery Outfit Wars come up this evening. So I want to thank first Qaztar for jumping in and co-cast. He left earlier, but I want to thank him again. And also DolphinParty, Hothorns, Noobynoob, and Odie from VKTZ and KN1 respectively. Thank y'all for joining us, giving us a great match, and really for this post-game commentary. This has been really fun for me. I love thinking about this stuff. So thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Deeg. Dolphin, sorry we couldn't give you more of a competition, man. But I swear, bro, we were trying to go for the juggler, and if we had gotten all of our guys on there, it would have been a little scarier for you.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely like this whole week was just like, don't underestimate KN1. Like, don't like goof around just because you beat them once. So we expected you guys to come out swinging, and what a swing. So we appreciate you guys throwing it all, rolling those dice, throw it all on the table. And
When you guys came to our warp gate too, you guys had amazing spacing, and man, you guys played really freaking well. Like I said, I wish we could have given you guys a better competition. Like, even if we didn't win it, I wish we could have made you a little bit more scared, just for like the story of like the comeback, or maybe even like you saving it with 1 second left. It was just kind of sad to me that we only got it down to like what, minute 30 or something like that. If we got that down to 10 seconds, I would have been like, man, this is great content.
Is that what you're FCing? You're like, Deegs, I gotta get Deegs some more viewers. How can I?
Gotta make some more content, baby. Let's go.
Not even just content for streamers, just content for reality. It's like I want to enjoy my experience in life, and this is a part of life. Like, video games are a part of life. Playing with your friends is a part of life. Man, that would have been so fun. That's an epic story that we could have told, and also you guys could have told, oh, one time KN1 almost did this, and we stopped them with 2 seconds left, and then we kicked their ass and went straight to their warp gate. Like, that's a cool story, man.
Well, for what it's worth, it's not the story you wanted, but my favorite moment of this match was by far your hold of Nexus Secure Substation to open up their Nexus before they got to yours. Because I'm aware of how strong VKTZ was coming into this, and I knew that you all were going to punch as hard as you could. And watching you guys barrel down that lane to make that happen and anticipating getting to their Nexus first was the hype moment of the match for me. So even though it wasn't what you wanted, it did definitely give something back.
Oh, it was still a blast. I'm sure it was still fun to cast and to play against. I'm talking about VKTZ guys, and I'm sure the KN1 guys had a blast until the very end when we were getting destroyed by VKTZ's excellent positioning and force multipliers. But it was fun. Thank you again, VKTZ. Good game. Deeg, thanks for casting. And thanks to all my officers and everyone who participated. I know that a lot of people took off time on their schedules to play in this, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, GG, KN1. Yeah, we'll see you guys on live and have some good fights in the future.
Sounds good, man.
It's going to be interesting if you guys try that strat, because you guys have gotten the coordination and you've got like how to use those, what are they called? Force multipliers down. The time we were hoping for to beat is the, what was it? There was one where Outfit didn't have enough.
1440.
And they were able to get there pretty quick. It was
14 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah, it was 14 minutes, 40 seconds from Better Off Red Than Dead on, I think it was Miller. And we were like, if we optimize this, we might be able to get it down to 14 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a lot of like slideshows you need to make ahead of time on the week, and everyone's got to know their job and a lot of coordination.
Oh, trust me, we had slideshows.
Folks.
We had a whole presentation.
We did have slideshows.
If you guys want to continue the conversation, you can totally stick around and do that. But I got to dip. GG.
Take care,
GG to KN1. I'll catch you
Take care,
next time.
DolphinParty. I'll see you on live, man.
See you, man.
Good luck in the rest of the competition.
That was fun. That was a great discussion. I really enjoyed that. I don't want to make it seem like I didn't. I was trying to end that quickly. Really good. Appreciate the perspectives from Odie about Outfit Wars is a stronger format when each team is a community fixture. I totally agree with that. Also appreciate Dolphin giving us the story of VCats. You know, the meme in the communities are full of ringers, but it seems like there's been a real integration there. And, you know, people are just playing the game that's in front of them. So I respect everyone who even shows up to do this crazy thing. Speaking of crazy things, I'll be back in about 45 minutes to cast the Connery Outfit War of the evening. I'm going to kill the cast and set up a new one for then, and go get some food or something. So I hope to see y'all back there very soon. If you are still hanging around from the interviews, match times will be up in this video in a few minutes. As soon as I end the stream, I will get those coded in. Anyway, see everyone very soon. Dig out.